Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Emily Jones. I'm a former paparazzi consultant and I like to educate and inform. That's why I'm here. So today, because you guys, we saw a paparazzi consultant selling tickets to a budgeting workshop, and it kind of pissed me off because I was thinking, what is this budgeting workshop going to teach? How to budget to build your inventory? If anything, it should be teaching you how to release yourself from the bondages of debt. It should be teaching you how to save for future expenses, and it should be teaching you how to properly manage your money. All of those things I kind of ignored when I was a paparazzi consultant. All of those things I kind of conveniently forgot what I was taught when I went through Financial Peace University, which is something that I did, back when Dave Ramsey was, not a multi-level marketing asshole. But anyway, that's my opinion of him, and that's what I'm going to say. He was, he's now into multi-level marketing. He's kind of a jerk. So that's my opinion. But I agree with the stuff he taught in most cases. So, if you have a computer and you have access to LibreOffice or Excel, or, if you have a simple notebook or a blank calendar, this is a way that you can do a debt snowball. So, you should already have $1,000 put away in savings for an emergency fund, okay? Now, when you get paid, you should be paying your utilities, your mortgage, your rent, your transportation costs, and for your food. Those should be your set expenses. Now, take what you have left after you pay those set expenses and build yourself a debt snowball. So that's kind of what I've done. I've taken what I have after my set expenses and made myself a debt snowball, so to speak. Okay? So, I have 3, give or take, goals here. So I have debt 3 is the smallest. It's $1,200. That's for a vacation that I've already booked and paid the deposit on, and I have to pay it off before June of this year, otherwise I lose my deposit. Okay? And then I put another debt here, I'm calling it a student loan, and then another debt here called credit card, okay? And then after I pay off my debts, I have a savings goal, okay? And we'll go into that a little bit more. So I put all of the paydays, if you're being paid bi-weekly, starting this Friday. So if you're being paid bi-weekly starting this Friday, after you pay your regular expenses, you should take 1/3 of your paycheck and apply it towards your debt. So that's kind of what I did here. So every payday, I'm going to put $300 towards debt 1, $300 towards debt 2, and $200 towards debt 3. Now, I did it in highest to lowest. So, as you can see, it's going to take me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 paydays to pay off debt 3. Okay, so by the middle of March, I will have paid off debt 3. So what do you do with your next paycheck? Well, you take the $200 that you were putting towards debt 3 and you roll it or snowball it over to debt 2. Okay, so on the 29th when I get paid, I'm going to do $300 towards this debt, but I'm going to do $500 towards that debt. And I will continue the process until debt 2 is paid off. And what's nice about Excel is you can kind of see how much it's going to be to get everything paid off. So $4,800, by the time you hit June 7th, that will be gone. You will have eliminated that debt. It'll be gone. And here's the thing. You need to cut those cards up. As long as you have your emergency fund in place, you should not be using any of these cards, any of these debts, because your goal is to pay them off. So, what do? You cut the card up. okay? Or you shred it, or you destroy it. And you have fun cutting it up because you're like, I'm done being a slave to this card. I'm no longer going to be a servant to MasterCard. I'm no longer going to be held in a vice by Visa. You know, that's what you need to do, okay? You need to just destroy the card. And then if you have that card tied to any of your online shopping, you need to go onto the app and lock the card. If you have an app, you need to lock the card so it cannot have any future purchases made, okay? So, if you have done those steps, one, destroyed the card, locked the card. Now, I didn't say close the account. I said destroy it and lock it. Why do you want to keep it open? Because it helps your credit score if you're keeping an open account, but you're not charging it up, but you're paying it off. It helps your debt to income ratio get better. All right, so you've destroyed it and you've locked it. Now you're paying it off. Okay, so that is your focus. So once you get student loan debt paid off in full, then by mid-June or the beginning of June, student loan is gone. Vacation's paid for and your student loan is gone. That's a reason to celebrate. So now you take the $500 and you move it over to MasterCard, Visa, American Express, whatever credit card you have. You move that $500 over to the next one. And so June 21st, you're making a payment of $800. Now, granted, up to this point, you've been doing your $300 every single month like you're supposed to. Hopefully the debt is not growing and you're not using the card. So as long as you stay on track and your debt was originally $5,000, well, all of a sudden in June, you're making an $800 payment. Well, now you only have $600 left. So what do? You take that $600 and you pay the card off. What do you do with the other $200? Because you have budgeted $800 a month to go towards debts. Well, now you start working on those future expenses goals that we'll go over in another video. But this is where Smarty Pig comes in. Say you have a goal set for when your car insurance comes due. If you're not paying it monthly, you pay it yearly like David and I do, then you set a goal in your Smarty Pig account and you start funding that goal. So you take $200 and you open yourself a Smarty Pig goal for your car insurance for the year of 2025. So our car insurance for the entire year for both of us for full coverage is like $1,900 for the entire year. For full coverage, everything. So I want to save $1,900. Well, right here, I have $200 in that Smarty Pig goal. I could put $800 in it the next paycheck, $800 in it the next paycheck. I'm only $100 away, but the goal isn't really going to need to be paid in full, because if I just put that money there and I leave it, guess what? I will earn interest on that money, compounded monthly. So I can take the interest income and help continue to fund that goal. Then I can take this, because the next month, maybe I'll open another goal. What's another goal? What's something else that we want to save for? Say our car's getting a little old and clunky, and we need to start saving for a new car. Well, you can open a new savings goal. You can put $100 in this goal here, and then you can move $700 into a goal for a new car. Yeah. So the next month you're saving $800 a month. If you are able to save $800 bi-weekly, and I'm just going to put this out there, if you are able to save $800 bi-weekly, so that's 26 weeks, okay? $800 by 26, that's $20,800. That can get you a really decent used car. Really decent used car. But say you did it for a whole year. $800 times 52 weeks or 2 whole years. That's $41,600. That's a new car that you can pay cash for. You don't have to finance it. You wouldn't have to debt snowball it and pay it off. You know, it's something that if it's something you see that you are going to need in the future, set a savings goal for it and start saving for it. Let your money earn interest on what your future expense may be. It's not something a lot of people think about, but I think more people need to realize that if you know you're going to need something in the future, why not start saving for it now? Okay? So that's why I like Smarty Pig, and I'm just going to open a new sheet here. Let's talk about things that we need to save for. Future car. Car insurance. What else? Deductibles. For health, for car insurance, for homeowners insurance, deductibles. Okay? That's something that people don't think to save for, but if you had a savings account for your deductible, and say your deductible, you were able to save $1,000 for deductible, do you know how much that could save you on your monthly car insurance bill? If you increased your deductible to $1,000 per occurrence, but you had the money sitting in savings for said occurrence, it would save you money on the back end because you had the money sitting in savings for that deductible. These are things that once you get your debts paid off, you should start preparing for future expenses. Future car insurance, deductibles. Something I'm going to open a savings goal for, new carpet for my house. Another thing I want to save money for is new heaters in my bedroom, because we have the baseboard heaters and I want to get the air blowy ones like I have in my living room. Okay. Another thing I want to save for, future vacation. Okay. So I could start a goal for that. There are so many things that we can save for. But you have to be able to recognize what you want to do and then set a budget and a savings goal for it. So once you get your debts paid off, like we just went over in sheet 1, start setting goals for things that you know are coming. So if your car insurance is due every year in the beginning of the year in January, then you want to make sure you have that savings goal in place once your debts are paid off. You want that savings goal in place to start saving for it so you reach that goal by January. Then once that goal is fully funded, work on your next one and do it in order of priority of what will work for you. You know, that's the nice thing about a budget. You have to work on what works for you. Did you have a thought, honey? Oh, he's in a meeting. All right, so another thing is, if you need to upgrade your computer, if you need to upgrade an appliance in your house because you know one's about to die, if you know that you're probably going to have to replace your hot water heater, or if your air conditioning unit is about to go kaput, you need to start saving for that replacement. You know, these are things that when you buy a home or when you are the owner of a home, you have to budget for these contingencies. You know, part of the reason you have a home inspection when you are buying a home is so you can see the age of things, so you can see what you need to budget for. It should not be used as a negotiation tool. A home inspection when you buy a house is basically an owner's manual for the house. Hey, this thing is electric and this is how much it would cost to replace it. This is what you need to budget for because it may have 6 or 7 years of life left in it before it dies with proper maintenance. Okay? Just like with everything in life, you have to plan for it. If you fail to prepare, you need to prepare to fail. Okay? If you do not understand interest, you will end up paying it. If you do understand interest, you will earn it. these are things that my dad always preached to me when I was a kid growing up. These are things I learned when I read Dave Ramsey's book, Financial Peace University. Okay? You know, being in paparazzi, doing the multi-level marketing thing, thinking I was going into business for myself, I lost sight of the things that I had learned. And instead of doing things properly, I did things poorly. I put my inventory on credit cards. And then I put myself into so much debt that I couldn't see a way out. I know what it's like to be underwater. I've been there. I know what it's like to dig yourself out. I'm going to be doing that alongside of all of you. Okay? I'm going to start setting goals and achieving them. So this is something that we are going to do together. And, you know, feel free to reach out to me and let me know how you're doing. We will celebrate the small wins. I'm going to have you guys hold me accountable as well. The numbers you see on the screen, I'm going to work on doing that. So, let's do it together. So this is a debt snowball. If you need help building a debt snowball for yourself, you take the debts that have time limits, time constraints, and you focus on that one first. Then you take the debt in, I always do it in order of highest to lowest. And then I do with a time constraint, and then I do it highest to lowest in terms of interest rate, or in terms of when the promotional interest rate ends, because some of you guys have done that. So just look at your logic and reasoning, and again, always think in the back of your mind, if you understand interest, you're earning it. If you don't, you're paying it. So focus on getting rid of the bills that have the highest interest first, and then get rid of the bills that have zero interest or no interest but have a time limit, and just put your focus on what needs to be done day by day. You know, you didn't get into this situation overnight. You're not going to get out of it overnight. It's going to take time, just like with everything. So, let's do this together. This is the debt snowball portion of the budgeting workshop. Feel free to reach out to me if you need any resources, but I'm going to leave the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University linked in the description box down below. And you can find budget worksheets online pretty much anywhere. But if you know how to use Excel or LibreOffice Reader or whatever, you can easily build one yourself. Just be honest with your financial situation. Know your numbers. We're supposed to know our numbers when we have our health, but we should also know our numbers when it comes to our financial health. Know what your take-home pay is. Know what your regular, predictable expenses are. And then take a third, if you are able to, take a third of your income and apply it to just your debt. Because once you get a third of your income completely eliminating that debt, that third of your income can be applied towards future expenses and goals. And that's where wealth is made. So, all right, you guys. Appreciate ya. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all the other good stuff.